Hey guys, and welcome to another National Football League predictions video. So let's jump right in because we've got a very big weekend of both hurling and football. So let's jump straight in. So up first we have the Royne 1 clash between Donegal and Tyrone. Donegal got a pretty good beating last weekend from Kerry, and Tyrone, they've been holding on. They got their first win but drew the rest. So I think the advantage is going to Tyrone, and I think, yeah, I'm going to go with 4 points. I think Donegal will want to put in more effort this weekend after how they were unfortunate last weekend, but I still think Tyrone can do it, so Tyrone to win by 4 points. So up next we have the Royne 2 clash between Offaly and Meath. Both teams, I imagine, will be pretty even on the day. The two of them seem to be a bit kind of back and forth-ish. So, I think I'm going to give the advantage to Meath. I think they might just be that little bit stronger than Offaly. So I'm going to say Meath to win by 2 points. I think Offaly will put it up to them, but I think Meath should edge it out in the end. So Meath to win by 2 points. Up next we have the Royne 2 clash between Down and Roscommon. I think Roscommon will be the stronger ones coming into this. Down should hold their own as long as they can, but I think Roscommon will probably just about do it. So I'm going to go with Roscommon, and I'm going to say Roscommon to win by 2 points. I think Down will put it up to them as best as they can, but Roscommon will do it in the end. So Roscommon to win by 2 points. Up next we have the Royne 2 clash between Cork and Galway. Galway are doing pretty well. Cork are a bit iffy. So it'll be interesting to see how this game goes. But I think I'm going to give it to Galway, and I'm going to say Galway to win by 3 points. I think they're a little bit stronger at the minute. So Galway to win by 3 points. Up next we have the Royne 3 clash between Wicklow and Limerick. Limerick are doing pretty okay at the minute. So I'm going to go with Limerick. I think Wicklow just won't be able to keep up with them, so I'm going to go with Limerick, and I'm going to say Limerick to win by 5 points. I think that's probably the way it'll go, so Limerick to win by 5 points. Up next we have the Royne 3 clash between Laois and Antrim. This should be another close one. The two teams are fairly even. So I think I'm actually going to give this one as a draw. And I'm going to say 15 points each. I think that's the way it'll go if it's a draw. So I'm going to say a draw, 15 points each. Our final game on Saturday is the Royne 4 clash between Tipperary and Sligo. This is another one that's pretty hard. I'd probably go with Tipperary. I think Sligo kind of fell off a little bit after they beat Wexford. They were pretty even with all the teams. But I think Tipperary are just that little bit better. Just a little bit. So I'm going to say Tip to win by 2 points. I think this is the one I could be the most wrong about, but this is what I'm going with. So Tipperary to win by 2 points. Okay, our first game on Sunday is the Royne 1 clash between Kildare and Dublin. So Dublin on quite the losing streak at the minute. Kildare not faring much better. I'd probably put them as the second weakest team in it at the minute, but they're holding their own. So this is a tough one. I think if Dublin was going to finally turn it around and win any of the games, I think it would be this one. I think this would be the game where they'd finally managed to get their first win. So I'm going to give it to Dublin, and I'm going to give it to them by 2 points. I could be wrong. They might lose again, but I think this is the game where they could change that. So Dublin to win by 2 points. So up next we have the Royn 1 clash between Monaghan and Kerry. Both doing pretty okay. Kerry definitely doing better. So I think I'm going to go with Kerry on this one. I just think they're probably the second strongest team in it at the minute after Armagh. So I'm going to go with Kerry, and I'm going to say Kerry to win by 3 points. I think Monaghan will do their best, but I think Kerry will just about get it in the end. So Kerry to win by 3 points. And up next we have the Royn 1 clash between Mayo and Armagh. This is going to be a tough one. Armagh are on a great run. Mayo also on a great, like, they really beat Dublin last weekend. So this is a tough one. I'm kind of leaning towards Armagh, but I'm kind of hovering over a possible draw. But I think I'm going to give it to Armagh, and I think they'll only do it by 1 point. I think if it's not going to be a draw, Armagh will do it by only 1 point. I think that's the safest way I can go. So Armagh to win by 1 point. Up next we have the Royn 2 clash between Clare and Derry. This should be another fairly close one. So it's hard to pick again. I think I'm going to go with Derry on this. I think I'll go with Derry. I think they're just edging it out that little bit better. And I'm going to say they're only, same as with Armagh and Mayo, they're only going to do it by 1 point, I think. So Derry to win by 1 point. Up next we have the Royn 3 clash between Longford and Fermanagh. It's hard to say again. I think this is probably the week where everyone is more or less close. But I think I'm going to go with Longford on this one. I don't know why, I'm just leaning towards him a bit. And I'm going to say by 3 points. I think I should be pretty on the mark right there. So Longford to win by 3 points. So next we have the Royn 3 clash between Louth and Westmeath. Another two teams who could be pretty close. I think I'm going to give this one to Westmeath. I think they might come out a little bit stronger. And I think I'm going to give it to them by 2 points. I think that should be pretty much right. So Westmeath to win by 2 points. Up next we have the Royn 4 clash between Cavan and Carlow. Both teams doing reasonably well at the minute, but I think I'm going to go with Cavan for this one. I just think they're a tougher team, and I'm going to say by 4 points. I think Cavan should be able to do it by that much. So Cavan to win by 4 points. Up next we have the Royn 4 clash between Waterford and Leitrim. Waterford doing a little bit better, I'd say. So I'm going to go with them to win, and I'm not sure whether to do it by a good bit, a reasonable bit, or not much at all. I think I'm going to go with Waterford to win by 5 points. I think 5 points is probably the safest I can go with. So Waterford to win by 5 points. Okay, our final game of the weekend, we have London v Wexford in Royn 4, and Wexford really aren't on a good run at the minute. London are... It's probably the second biggest talking point after how bad Dublin are doing. Like, I would say, if you were to pick what the biggest stories in football are at the minute, it's Dublin not doing good at all, first, and then London doing brilliantly second. So I think London will keep it up, and I think they'll win it by 3 points. I think Wexford just won't be able for him at the minute. So London to win by 3 points. So there you have it. Those are my predictions for the Football League this weekend. And we'll see at the end of the weekend how right I am. And I'll see you in the next video for my hurling predictions. So don't forget to check that out. And don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. I'll see you for the next video.